Hey folks, this is Sinus with the Hanabi variant a day video series. Today's variant is actually no variant. Let's get into this one. This one was played at max level though, so there is some fun creative stuff that's going to be happening. So immediately come out swinging with a 5 color ejection. Play purple 1. This card is not playable, so this is not a 4 double bluff, this is a 4 charm. So this gets Sinus's 4th finesse slot to play and tells Kyle that this is exactly yellow 4. This was pretty cute. So this is actually a true finesse through the red 2 and the red 3. But Nima's going to do something weird called a pass bluff. So they're ignoring their finesse slot temporarily and saying, hey Sinus, that finesse is actually on you. The weird thing is that both of those red 3s are visible, so this calls for a pretty hefty degree of trust out of Sinus, which they do. So this, what is this? This is a trash bluff, so this indicates that all of Sinus's 1s are trash, and that these 2 cards should be saved and chop moved, which they were. Now the red 3 successfully plays. And here we had kind of a weird situation. So Sinus really doesn't want this green 4 to discard. But unfortunately there's only one kind of good way to save this, and that involves a large degree of trust. So if Sinus just does this, this is a 5 stall because no cards have been discarded yet, and Sinus would have to trust that Yagami would give this clue. So that's telling purple 3 to play, and it's tempo clue chop moving green, which is pretty good. So that'll play. Okay, what happens now? Yeah, this just turns out super nice. No, it still kind of gets lost in the churn here. But anyway, the goal of this was not to lose green 4, but we're going to lose green 4. Losing green 4 is better than losing red 5. So I decided to get the rest of this purple finesse, and that's going to get the remainder of that, which is nice. Red 4 plays, continuing that finesse. This is a bluff on blue 1, so this is known to be green 3. This is play blue 2, nothing special about it. This is play red 5 with some extra trash, which is nice. Let's see. So purple 4 is going to play into purple 5. 2 blue. We're trying to think if there was a good way to get this green 4, and I think there is. It's escaping me as to what it is right now. Yep. Sinus has plenty of trash. That green 4 is not going anywhere. Speaking of, this was my first ever trash push ejection. So normally this is giving this known trash card, right? So all the 1s are on the stack. So this is known even to Yagami that this is trash. So normally that calls for this card to play, but Sinus sees that this card is definitely not playable. And so Sinus has to respond to this clue in a specific way to tell Yagami, hey, don't play this as a trash push. And so that's actually not a finesse, but ejection. So that was cool. I actually had to stop and look that one up. So once this is given as an ejection, this is known to be trash, and this is chop moved, and I think yellow 5 is pretty much the only possibility at this point. Yes, yellow 2, play blue 3, plays. This is a really cool redistribution clue. So this is calling for blue 3, even though it's already touched. And at first glance, it's like, well, that doesn't really get blue 4 to play any earlier, right? And that is true, but it does get yellow 4 to play earlier, which is important for our tempo. There we go. And so now Sinus is going to do something slightly silly. So this is pretty much known to be yellow 5. And this is known to be blue 5 at this point. But just to be sure, Sinus is actually going to bomb this card as green 5. So the only card that Sinus can't see on the board is green 5. And so green 5 could be here. There's no clues left. So I'm going to indicate to play these 2 cards. And if green 5's there, great. If it's not, no big deal, because it can't be any other card that will be valuable. And thus we dig up green 5 and everything is fine. So had a couple interesting things in it, even for a no variant game, but nice, quick, easy, very clean. Getting a lot of videos done this time around. I think I got one more. See you in the next one.